A deserter accidentally barged into a widow's room, and to make matters worse, the woman was incredibly beautiful. Seeing her panic-stricken expression, the man pulled out his pistol but turned the barrel towards himself, indicating that she could take the gun away from him. However, the woman refused his gesture because in that era of war, weapons were the main culprit in destroying women's homes and lives. After giving the man some simple food, the woman led him to the family's warehouse to rest and gave him her late husband's clothes to change into. She then turned around and went back to her own room, but they were only separated by a window. Seeing the man wearing her husband's clothes, the widow's longing for her husband suddenly grew like wild grass in her heart, becoming uncontrollable. She tiptoed into the man's room, hoping he could accompany her for the night. However, she begged the man not to go any further, only wishing to spend this difficult night peacefully in his warm embrace. And so, these two strangers lay in the same bed. The warm body beside her brought the woman an extreme sense of security, as if her deceased husband had returned. The long-suppressed longing and the hardships of life finally made her completely break down, unable to contain her overwhelming sadness as she wept bitterly. The man slowly grasped the woman's hand, wanting to offer her some comfort. But in an era filled with the flames of war, where could one find a peaceful corner to rest their weary soul? The two spent the night calmly in this manner. Early the next morning, the woman discovered that soldiers pursuing the deserter had quietly arrived at the front of the house. She hurriedly woke up the sleeping man and had him hastily escape through the bedroom window. Although the man wasn't caught, the cruelty of war had long made the soldiers disregard the rules. To obtain a trivial amount of supplies, they brutally dragged the woman out of the house and stripped her 3-month-old baby naked, forcing the woman to watch helplessly as the child froze to death. The woman had no choice but to hand over her only remaining winter provisions, but the soldiers didn't let them go even then. Instead, they greedily led the woman into the room, intending to commit vile acts against her. Little did they know, the man who had just escaped had already quietly snuck back into the house.